Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Check the Credits, where we review garbage records by legends of the industry so that you don't have to. Head over to check-thecredits.com, where you'll find links to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as links to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Podbean, or wherever you enjoy your podcasts. We are your hosts, Michael Green and John Tipper Gore Smeaton.
Hey! Hey!
How you going, Johnny?
I'm good.
All's well?
All's
well in the Smeaton camp?
It's hot as hell in here, though, but hey.
It is hot. It got so hot.
It is.
What the crap?
It's all good.
It's all good in the hood.
I like it
You know
hot.
what? This band that we're tackling this week deserves our sweat.
It does.
Because they've given us so much of theirs. So to introduce this week's review, we are going to enjoy a skit together. Are you excited?
Together?
Hello?
This is Angus Young from AC/DC.
Ricky, you know your English accent is almost as lame as your guitar playing?
Well, there's not much I can do about my accent, but what do you suggest I do about the guitar playing?
Who is this?
It's Angus Young, and we'd like you to come audition for the band.
Missed your cue, mate.
Yeah, sorry, Ken.
You do know the song, yeah?
Yes, sir, sorry about that.
All right, well, we'll pick it up just coming out of the intro. We're wasting our time here.
Sorry, would it be okay if I was, could I start it one more time?
All right, yeah, go again.
Sorry about that. What, man?
Hey, do you want to just sing it like it's written, all right?
I thought I was.
Well, you weren't.
All right, sorry.
Great.
Theo, let's just do it from the top.
Thanks. Well, mate, do you want the gig then?
Yeah, so you haven't guessed it so far.
Was that Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
From Rockstar?
From Rockstar.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
great. Oh, I have tears literally in my eyes. I don't know if it's sweat or tears. I'm not sure. Maybe both.
We are tackling the mighty AC/DC this week. So the music there, the audition clip, that's from someone named Wing. She's this tiny little Chinese lady who's featured on South Park. That's how I kind of accidentally ran into her. There was a storyline where the guys like Cartman and the boys are doing a talent agency thing.
I never saw that episode.
And yeah, they end up auditioning Wing. It's this little Chinese lady. She's been on TV. You go on YouTube, check out Wing, and she does AC/DC covers and
Really?
ABBA, and it's hilarious.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
So
for sure.
Yeah, and then obviously Rockstar from Wahlberg.
That movie was that was a good movie. I like that movie.
I think it's bad, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It's a train wreck, but it's really good. AC/DC. Fly on the Wall is the album we're tackling, dude.
Yes, we are.
First time you're hearing this record?
Yeah. Yes. I've heard a lot of AC/DC in my day.
Uh-huh.
And actually, you were the one who kind of got me into them. Oh, yeah.
Impossible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, DC was my first real true obsession. Was AC/DC when I was little. It was Van Halen and stuff, but AC/DC was I'm getting everything from them. Posters on my walls,
Yep.
vinyl, cassette, CD, everything from them. So Fly on the Wall was definitely included in that. But it is definitely considered to be their turd. So that's why it.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, it kind of came up on the check the credits radar. So, what year is this, Biash?
So we are going back to 1985.
1985. What year was the Aussie one? We were just here last week doing
1986.
86. So this is the year before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this should be interesting. I got some top stories for you. 1985. January 21st, Ronald Reagan begins his second term as president.
What?
U.S. president.
1985. That. What did you say? Second term?
His second term.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then it was Bush Senior after him.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. January 28th, Michael Jackson and pop supergroup record the song "We Are the World."
Oh yeah.
We are the world.
We are the world. Did he write that with Lionel Richie? I think they wrote that together.
I'm not too sure, but there were a lot of big stars that were on that.
It was like Lionel Richie's birthday the other day, and I tweeted it.
Like,
so
even Bob Dylan was
came
on
out.
it.
Oh, everybody. Yeah. Who
Yeah,
else?
but
Bruce
better
Springsteen.
day.
Yeah, have the better day. Bruce Springsteen was on there.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis. Yeah, there was anybody that was huge in 1985.
Oh yeah, they were on it.
Was there anybody from AC/DC on it?
Angus Young.
We are the world. We are the world.
But moving on,
Uh-huh.
March 31st of 1985, WrestleMania 1 at Madison Square Garden.
85?
85.
Why did
man.
I think that was earlier than that?
So Hulk Hogan and Mr. T
Yeah.
beat Roddy Piper. And
Rowdy
Paul
Roddy
Orndorff.
Piper.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
That's crazy.
WrestleMania 3 was my life.
Yeah.
What's that? 86, 87 then?
I'd say, yeah.
yeah. Because it was in Detroit, right?
I don't remember. Is it one WrestleMania per year? Was that the way they
I
did
don't
it?
remember. I don't know. I remember WrestleMania 2 was King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan in the steel cage match.
Oh, yeah.
And then the third one
yeah.
was the Ish because Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Oh, my childhood. Fantastic.
May 16th, 1985, the NBA names Michael Jordan as Rookie of the Year.
1985.
That's the year he started, man.
Wow. Did you watch the documentary?
No, I did not yet. On
You need
Netflix.
to.
Yeah, it's
You
good.
need to. It's so good. It's interesting because who wasn't a Jordan fan, right?
Oh, he was
But
something else.
the documentary definitely digs into what kind of person he was in order to win those championships,
Yeah.
in order to do what he needed to do. It was like at any cost, and like friendships, relationships, like
Yeah.
And you know what? They're showing him like footage and interviews of him, like present day Jordan, looking at footage or interviews, and they're asking him questions. He doesn't seem like to regret a lot of being an asshole,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean,
well, he was a
it's-
leader, right? So
He was the leader. He did what he had to do to win, and it freaking worked.
Oh, yeah.
So awesome.
This
is fun.
It is.
I like going back.
So, let me see here. We're gonna go to April 23rd, 1985.
Mm-hmm.
Coke came out with their new flavor, with their new Coke for the young
Like
crowd.
cocaine?
Yeah.
It's grape cocaine now.
Well, it's funny because it was not well received,
Oh, okay.
and dude, in July they changed it back to the original flavor.
So-
what happened was they wanted to appeal to the young crowd because Pepsi was up and coming, and they're kind of
okay.
getting their market share.
Michael
but-
Jackson was behind Pepsi too, right?
yeah,
yeah.
Like Coke still had Coke was still huge.
Yeah.
And I mean it still is to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
But they put corn syrup in it for the new stuff.
So it's thicker.
I don't know. I don't remember it because
I didn't drink pop when I was a kid, actually.
the
so-
old recipe came back like 3 or 4 months later.
Okay.
That's how
Like
much
it
people
bombed.
hated it.
It bombed.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Well, it was Coca-Cola.
Right.
And
they
then
didn't have a name for it.
But then they came back. Then they re-released it as Coca-Cola Classic when they went back to the old recipe. Now, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
when all this stuff was going on, the rumor was that they lost the original recipe.
Okay.
So everyone thought, oh, they lost the old recipe. That's what I came to understand.
Isn't it just like acid and water with
Yeah.
brown food?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to
lot of
drink
sugar.
Coke when I was a kid.
Okay.
But to be completely honest, if I'm gonna go with the cola, I always go with Pepsi.
Yeah,
it's a lot
okay.
lighter for me. I don't know.
There's a difference, really?
Yeah,
Like, if you did a blindfold test, you'd be
yeah,
able to tell?
I'd be able to tell.
You'd be able to tell? Wow.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right. Fair enough.
Let me see where we're at. So August 10th,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson buys ATV Music, which
ATV.
includes every Beatles song.
Oh,
the
the
47
Beatles thing.
Beatles.
Oh yeah.
$47 million.
Yeah, that did not go over well.
Well, didn't Paul want him to sell the songs to him?
Yeah, and Michael was
And
like,
he said
I don't
no.
think so. Yeah, I mean, none of us were in the room, so we don't know how exactly the conversation went down. And recent interviews with Paul, when he is asked about it, he's super respectful, loves
Yeah.
Michael and everything.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to do, Michael's gone, so why drag his name through the dirt
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But Paul was basically saying like, yeah, man, I wrote him. How
Mm-hmm.
come I can't have him back? But I think Michael looked at it as like, it's $, man. It's a good investment. And it fractured the relationship at the time
a
for
bit.
sure. Because they did a couple of tunes together. They did that one on Thriller. The Girl Is Mine.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful song. The doggone girl is mine. And at the end, they have like a talking thing where Paul is like, Michael, I don't want to fight with you. And Michael's like, Paul, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Ooh. It's so bad. Say, they did together too, and that's a good song. I like Say. But the doggone girl is mine. It's dog shite. Anyway, moving on.
December 16th, John Gotti assumes leadership of the New York Gambino crime family.
Never heard of him. Wow.
You don't know who John Gotti is?
John Gotti, no. Oh, Gotti?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Yep. Okay.
He was a big mob boss.
All right.
The Teflon Don.
Okay.
That's him.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
The Warriors, man.
In 1985, British scientists announced that there is a huge hole in the ozone layer above Antarctica.
Wow. See, so I grew up with like hole in the ozone layer. That was 85, eh?
But from what I understand, I believe it's fixed now.
Oh, really? They just
Yeah.
patched it up? Little
It's
fiberglass
we're all
patch?
good, man. All
Little
good.
drywall.
It's like, putting a patch on a pair of those ripped jeans. Actor Rock Hudson dies of AIDS at the age of 59, being the first celebrity to die of the disease.
Yeah,
And I believe 1985 is when AIDS
Became like a
became like the
more
the
commonly
thing.
known.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because it had been around for a while.
Yeah.
I know that if you like, because when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, I went down like a Freddie Mercury rabbit hole, and he had the disease long before. Like,
long before 85.
even
yeah.
before, because Live Aid, that's like 85-ish, right?
Yeah.
Live Aid, when they did that. And it's an amazing performance. Everybody talks about Queen basically destroying everybody. Queen and U2, I believe, were the two bands that everybody talked about. But everybody, like, he was sick then, and he knew it. So,
Wow.
Yeah. You can even tell, like, his stamina and everything, even, like, they played for, what, a half an hour or something. And
Yeah.
by the end of it, his voice is starting to go.
And he'd be done.
Yeah, but after that, he never really sang that great again. But yeah, I don't know. When's Eddie Murphy's Delirious? Is that 82, 83?
Yeah. Yep.
Because he has like some serious homophobic and like misinformation about the AIDS thing in that stand-up special. Because I loved that when he's the one with the red jumpsuit and everything. And
Would Eddie Murphy's type of comedy even fly today?
absolutely not.
No,
there's
I-
no way. I'm surprised that Delirious hasn't been canceled or Raw or any of those early things. They haven't
Yeah.
gone back and went, hey, you said this in 1980, whatever. It's like it was a different world. They just didn't know anything. And most comedians try to be, they try to troll and they say edgy stuff.
Yeah.
And if you get offended that easily, don't go to see a stand-up comedian. Anyway, sorry, man.
Last
but not least.
Mikhail Gorbachev replaces Konstantin Chernenko as leader of Russia. Russia. Following his death.
Oh, okay.
So Gorbachev came in 85.
How's that work? Was he like vice president? Like it works
I
in the
don't
States?
know.
or-
I'm sure he was in.
He was
I
in
mean,
there
I don't
somewhere.
know how Russian politics go.
He was in
but-
the inner circle somehow. All right. Cool.
So are you ready for the top 10 in 1985?
The Billboard?
Yeah.
Guess.
You ready for this?
I can't wait.
All right. You ready?
Sure.
You should probably get most of these. They should be.
What?
easy.
How?
We'll see. So number 10. Aha.
Aha?
Aha. Aha.
A-ho. Dude, I know that name, but I probably know the song.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, really? It's not like Take On Me or something, is it?
Dude, you got it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Aha was Take On
On me.
Little, little, on me. Yeah.
But actually, Weezer just did a cover of that on their album. I actually like it a lot.
They're Canadian, right?
Weezer? No.
They're not.
I think they're a Cali band.
Why did I think Weezer were...
Dude, they put out so much stuff. Like, they already have a record announced that's coming out in 2021. They even know the name of it already.
Yeah.
What's it? It's something to do with... It's called Van Weezer or something like that.
Okay.
So, but anyway. Number 9. Madonna.
Madonna. 1985.
1985.
Is it Like a Virgin? No. Is it Material Girl? No. Shit balls.
Crazy for You.
Crazy for You. That was the Vision Quest soundtrack. Dude, we did an episode of Madonna. How did I not retain that? Damn it, Carl.
Number 8. Dire Straits.
Oh, that's got to be the Something for Nothing?
Money for Nothing.
Money for Nothing.
Close. Close enough.
Tricks for Free. Can I get it? Do you give it to me? Sting is on that, right?
I
want my MTV.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that Sting?
Yeah.
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 I get a half a point?
Half.
Oh, you're so generous.
Tears for Fears.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yeah.
Everybody. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Man, you're like ripping this shite.
I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm getting these.
At number 6, Hall & Oates.
Oh, Maneater?
No.
No. Okay. What's that? Private Eye?
Out of Touch.
Out of Touch. How's that go?
I don't know.
Out of Touch. Man, I feel like it's on the tip of my dick. Out of Touch. Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5.
So I had to look this song up because I didn't know who the hell Chaka Khan was.
Shaka Khan. That
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
So that's number 5.
Okay, I'm not going to guess this song.
I
then.
Feel for You.
I Feel for You. Nope.
No, yeah, I Feel for You. It's a terrible song.
Yeah,
I listened
Shaka
to it.
Khan. But number 5
Yeah.
in 1985. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4, Foreigner.
In 1985,
Yeah.
Foreigner. So,
It's a big song, dude.
yeah, it could have been I Want to Know What Love Is.
Boom!
It
You
was?
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, why did I think that was later?
I want to know what love is.
Yeah, that's off their Agent Provocateur album, I think.
I'm not even sure.
I thought it was like late 80s.
Good tune, though.
You know what? You're not like wrong. It's just overplayed.
Yeah.
So I'm good if I never hear that song again. But I actually prefer Waiting for a Girl Like You. That's on their Foreigner 4 album. That's a much better like ballad.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
You're gonna
Tom
love-
Cruise sings it in rock.
Yeah.
What's that rock? What the hell's that movie? Not Rockstar. That's the Wahlberg one.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah. What was that movie he was in? Alec Baldwin, Russell Brand, Tom Cruise, and Cruise sings it.
Oh, wow. I don't even know.
Why am I blanking on this movie?
I've probably seen it, but just don't remember.
Rock of Ages.
Okay.
Rock of Ages.
Okay.
You know the movie.
Yeah.
So he plays like, he's got the long hair. He's kind of like, Tom Cruise trained with Axl Rose's vocal coach and he's trained all
Really?
he's trained all these famous vocalists, including
Wow.
Axl Rose. So Tom Cruise sings the shit out of Waiting for a Girl Like You from Foreigner. It's not terrible. Like, how method is Tom Cruise? He's like, yeah, I need a helicopter crashing into another one. I'll do that shit. I'm going to jump off the biggest building in the world.
And
Oh,
he's
you need me to sing? I'll do that too. It's
I
like,
mean, he even hurts himself. I mean, when he does these stunts.
yeah. Sorry. It's tangent day for Mike.
This is where it gets crazy.
1985.
Number 3.
Okay.
You're going to love this. Okay. Wham.
Oh, Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Yeah.
Oh, they had 2, right? Careless Whisper? Was that the other?
Wait.
Oh.
You got to wait.
Did I guess? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Son of a bitch. Cat's out of the bag.
I'm sorry.
But at number 2, Madonna.
Oh. What was the other one? Oh, the Crazy for You.
No.
That was the other one. That was the other one. So Crazy for You. So 1985. Did I guess it already?
Yeah.
Sure. Material Girl?
No.
Like a Virgin?
Yes.
Okay.
Boom.
Bajoom.
So number
Number 1 is Careless Whisper?
Number 1 is
It was.
It's George Michael.
Oh.
It wasn't the Wham.
He did a different version?
He did Careless Whisper, and that
Okay.
was the #1 song. Dude, did you not see the clip I sent you last night of that guy playing the saxophone?
No,
Dude, you didn't watch that?
Well, I was up till 2 a.m. finishing the AC/DC skit.
That I was giving you a hint. I'm
Okay.
like, dude, this is effing hilarious.
Okay, I'll
you got to
have to-
watch this.
I will do.
It's a guy with a saxophone, and he just goes into places and does Careless Whisper on the saxophone, like
Just rando?
just random. He's got no shirt on. He's got a mullet, dude. It's great. So I
great.
sent that to you to give you a hint because I'm like,
Okay.
there's no way he's gonna
Right,
guess
right.
this. No
Yeah.
way. And I mean, a guy with 2 first names as his name. I mean,
George
means business.
Michael. Yeah, I always think of
So-
George Michael Bluth.
But yeah, that's why
Arrested
I sent it
Development.
to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta give him a hint. There's no way he's gonna guess this.
Wow.
So yeah,
So how did I do? How did I do? I didn't get Shaka.
Dude,
I didn't get Shaka
you didn't
Khan.
get Shaka Khan.
What else did I not get? I did well.
You did really well.
How? 1985.
Like I'd say
I was
you
like
got
4 or 5
I'd say
years
you got
old.
like 90% of them.
Wow.
Which is like crazy.
That may be a CTC record.
This guy over here.
Well, that's awesome, dude. So,
So we're at movies. 1985.
oh, we're still not done. Okay.
Well, you're not done yet.
Oh, the top movies of 1985.
Yeah.
So,
So
86 was Top Gun. That was the #1, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now I'm going to. You're going to guess. You're going to guess what they are. But I'm going to
like
give you
this.
who stars in the movies. Okay. I'm going to. It should be easy.
Who starred in the movie?
And, you
I
give me
have to guess
name.
the title of the
Yeah,
movie.
It's going to be easy as hell.
Okay.
You know it will be.
Okay.
So
yeah.
at number 5, Steve Guttenberg, Wilford Brimley, Jessica Tandy.
Oh, is that Short Circuit? No. Steve Guttenberg?
It's about a lot of old people.
Oh. I don't know, dude.
Cocoon, man.
Oh, Cocoon.
You don't remember Cocoon?
I actually don't. I don't think I've ever seen Cocoon.
It was.
Why do I think Dennis Quaid isn't in Cocoon? Why do I think Dennis Quaid's in that?
I don't remember if he was. No, I don't think he is.
It's Steve Guttenberg?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to that guy? I was as soon as you said Gutenberg, I'm like, oh, Police Academy. But then you went Wilford Brimley, and I'm like, no, he's not in Police Academy.
This one should be easy.
Okay.
Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, Rocky IV.
The thing is that when we did our last podcast, it was
Yeah.
85, and Rocky IV was one of the top films. So I
Oh,
checked, and I'm like,
is it late 85 then?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So what happened? It was released in November.
Why were we talking about it? Because there was a Survivor song too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Number
3. Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Beverly Hills. Dude, that movie is still so good. Love Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, I messed up. I went to
did?
Rocky IV first because another movie
Okay.
with Sylvester Stallone starring in it was one of the top movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In 85?
In 85.
Rocky IV. Was it a Rambo one?
Yeah. It was First Blood
First Blood
Part 2.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So he had Rocky IV and
Yeah.
First Blood in 85?
It was a big deal.
Dang.
Yeah, he must have
He
been
was
making
crushing.
some
That was a
some
good
bank.
movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was Rambo 3 that was ass, right? Mm-hmm. All right.
Where are we at? So I think we're at number 1. And this one's easy.
Okay.
Michael J. Fox.
Oh,
you know
Back-
what this is.
Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It took so long.
Ronald Reagan, the actor.
Well, we all become a bunch of assholes or something. But it took so long for them to do the sequel for that movie. Like, how long did it, like, when did the second one
When did
come
part
out?
2 come out? I don't know.
Geez, it was like
I don't know.
late.
Because we just finished. Celebrating like the anniversary of it, and everybody wanted to see what stuff has come to pass.
Yeah.
Because it was like the future back then was like 2018 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were like, well, we're in 2018. Do we have flying, floating skateboards yet?
It's your kids, Marty. It's your kids.
It's your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids. Yeah, and Elizabeth Shue was the girlfriend in the second one, right?
Yeah, they changed her up when they did
Why?
the sequel.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
I thought the first girl was super cute.
Maybe she got old.
All right, man. You ready to go through the credits?
Yeah.
Here comes the drop. Ready? This is the band's 10th studio album. Released in June of 1985. It was re-released in 2003 as part of the AC/DC Remasters series. I picked up a few of those remasters when they all came out, namely the ones I needed to replace because my originals were sort of worn out. But the packaging was like super cool, but there's like no B-sides, alternate takes. They didn't really sound all that different either, including this record.
We're not reviewing like those outtakes, are we?
No.
Okay, good.
No. So, leading up to this record, the band's previous album, 1983's Flick of the Switch, had gotten mixed reviews. However, AC/DC still remained one of the biggest hard rock acts in the world, so they released the EP 74 Jailbreak in 1984, which was old stuff with Bon Scott, the original singer, in 84.
What year did Bon Scott die?
80.
Yeah.
He died on my wife's birthday. Oh. Rose was born on February 18th, 1980.
Like the very day.
Yeah. February 18th, 1980.
Wow.
Rose was born, and he died on February 18th, 1980.
He died for Rose.
They took 3 weeks off from recording the Fly on the Wall album to headline 2 nights at Rock in Rio in Brazil, performing to over 250,000 people, along with the Scorpions, Whitesnake, and Ozzy Osbourne. This was the first album since the original Australian version of High Voltage not to include drummer Phil Rudd. He was replaced by Simon Wright, who appeared in all of the Flick of the Switch promo videos and the tour, but didn't actually play on the Flick of the Switch album. Simon Wright, after he left, AC/DC played for Dio. And I remember seeing like a drum solo that they gave him in Dio, and I was like, but he was in AC/DC. He can't play the drums. And then you watch him do a drum solo, you're like, holy crap. It must have been a pain in the ass for him to just keep that steady 4 on the floor thing, because he had so much to offer. Anyway, the recording sessions took place in Montreux, Switzerland, at Mountain Studios, famous for being actually owned by Queen.
Wow.
And it was there where that band recorded most of their albums. The album was not well received by critics, and the 1 million U.S. sales paled beside the immensely successful Back in Black. And for those about to rock, we salute you.
Hence why we are here.
Yeah. It's funny that 1 million U.S. sales today would mean you're like a huge star.
It would mean that you're a huge star today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You sell 1 million records today? In
Really?
2020, 2021, you're on your way.
Man, we gotta get to work.
Somebody like John Mayer, huge star, right? He sold like 6 million records.
Where's he now? Is he doing that?
I don't think he's done anything in a bit. But he had a new album like last year or something.
Okay.
It's not like he's been out of it for a while. But, you know, artists like that, when you think of like AC/DC has sold like 200 million records in their career. Like, I don't think anybody's really going to do that ever again. Because you've got the streaming and everything's just so different.
Yeah.
So 1 million album sales, I would have been freaking happy with that.
Yeah.
But to them, it's like, well, Back in Black did 52 million. So it's the highest selling rock album of all time. It's just behind Thriller, which nobody will ever catch Thriller. But
I mean, on top of that, I mean, back then, like with you know, the media, the way you're getting your records, like it's amazing because I can just imagine how much money that they got from each record.
Sure.
But
I know, man. Although People magazine picked it as the best album of 1985.
Really?
Yeah. 2 of the 3 singles did well, however, and were seen as standouts. Shake Your Foundations and Sink the Pink. They were also featured on the band's next release, Who Made Who, which was the soundtrack album to Stephen King's film, Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Emilio! Emilio Estevez was in that. Yeah. Oh, so bad it's good. It's where the machines are like come to life.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Next.
A home video was also released in the summer of '85, the band trying to take advantage of the burgeoning MTV movement. The video is almost like a short movie with a ridiculous plot, and there's even an animated fly that buzzes around through the entire thing. It's extremely cheesy, and it's only for diehards. So I actually have it on VHS in storage somewhere, but I also have it on DVD on the Family Jewels collection. Ooh. Yeah. So the tour was also marred by bad publicity when serial killer Richard Ramirez was arrested. The press had nicknamed him the Night Stalker and told police that Night Prowler from AC/DC's 1979 album Highway to Hell was what had driven him to commit murder. Police also claimed that Ramirez wore AC/DC shirts and even left an AC/DC hat at one of the crime scenes.
And women love that guy. Like, he was getting so many letters.
He crushed ass while he was in prison.
Yeah.
Dude, so weird. American media were already frenzied over like the satanic influence rock music had over the youth of the day, and used this as an excuse to go after AC/DC, accusing them of being devil worshippers, and even concluded that AC/DC actually stood for Antichrist, Devil's Child.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny story. Because I went to a Catholic school, and they actually showed us a video in religion class of AC/DC.
What?
And how like satanic they were and stuff. And dude, that was back in like the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Antichrist, devil's children. That's what we stood for.
That's actually Brian Johnson. So that was like in the mid 80s when it was Tipper Gore who was doing all that. That's why I called you John Tipper. The band, of course, maintained that the song was actually about a boy sneaking into his girlfriend's room while her parents were asleep. Ooh. That's what Night Prowler was about. So producer credits. This was the second and last album to be self-produced. Flick of the Switch credits AC/DC as the producers, although I've actually heard Brian Johnson say that Angus and Malcolm really produced it. So with the Fly on the Wall album, they wanted to make sure that the Young brothers received their due credit. At a time when pop-oriented glam metal was trending, they were trying to capture the rawness and simplicity of their earlier work. We're about to go through it actually track by track, but sonically it's certainly not very raw sounding. It's pretty polished and shiny.
Yeah.
That was my Moana thing. Flick of the Switch was far more raw than this. But anyway, dude, how you feeling? You feeling strong?
Strong.
You feeling like going through this, bish?
Yeah.
All right, well, the first track on the album is the title cut, Fly on the Wall.
Hey there. If you want to listen to this clip, you're going to have to go download the album. If you dare. It's pretty shitty, hence the purpose of this podcast. Anyway, back to the show.
That's called being a Debbie Downer, Stan. And nobody likes a Debbie Downer, okay?
So all tracks were written by Malcolm Young, Angus Young, and Brian Johnson. I didn't hate this.
I like this song.
Yeah, most of my thoughts will be right around there for this record. Like, it's not terrible at all. In the context of what's happening around 1985, it's a pretty solid rock and roll record.
Like, I wrote down one of the lyrics.
Okay, go.
Like a bitch making heat.
I had to stop and get my own breakfast because I figured y'all be having donuts, but I'm actually gluten-free, so I can't have donuts, okay?
Yeah, I mean, lyrically, we're going to go...
King.
Yeah, we're going to go through a lot of, like, the lyrics and stuff. I mean, AC/DC, I would say Bon Scott was the better... Like with the double entendre and the sexual innuendos, the tongue-in-cheek sort of lyrics. Brian wasn't as good, but he had to live up to, like, I don't know, if lyrically they weren't like that, who knows if Brian Johnson would ever have written lyrics like that. But he was kind of like, well, the guy before me wrote this way, I kind of have to write that way, right?
Like, I looked it up on the Urban Dictionary what fly on the wall means.
Okay, let's hear
like,
this.
Obviously,
what is this?
we know what it means.
Okay.
To be in on a conversation.
Yeah, kind of
knowing, right?
Eavesdropping,
right?
Yeah.
So to put that into context,
That's not what it means?
I have a sentence that someone used it. So
okay.
Carlos knows that Rosita's baby is really Chico's, thanks to that fly on the wall.
What? What?
I was just going to tell you, he's had the clap so many times, it's more like applause.
So if anybody knows Urban Dictionary, you go on there, you get a meaning of a word. Sometimes it's really bad. But it's just funny how they use the words in a sentence. So obviously what I read was, using the sentence. Thank goodness for that fly on the wall, right? Because Carlos knows that Rosita's baby is really Chico's.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
I also did some more research, John.
Oh, like actual research?
No, I went on YouTube.
Oh, yeah!
Did you forget we did that? Yeah. John's like, let's just skip that part. All right, YouTube comments for Fly on the Wall. There was comments for every single song. Can you believe that?
Are Chico and Carlos on it?
Maybe. Let's see if we can find them.
Hey,
William,
my baby.
William Seafried 4 months ago says, that snare sounds like a Fisher Price toy. Luckily, it's just a snare drum. LOL.
Okay.
Tobacco Juice 8 months ago says, biggest letdown I ever bought. 'Twas a sad summer.
Oh my God, who cares?
Jailbreak 79 3 weeks ago says, I love listening to AC/DC.
You care to expand, sir?
Expound. Shake your foundations. This was the third single from the record. I like this too.
You do? You like this one? I didn't like it.
I didn't hate it. Yeah, it's not like an amazing song, but I don't hate it.
Like, I didn't like the chorus.
Yeah.
And I got a lyric. I was oiling. She was slick. Licking off a sweat was her favorite trick.
Yeah, sway back.
Angus's laugh. Somebody actually put together a compilation on YouTube of all of Angus's laughs.
Really?
Yes.
I think it was him.
Dude, when I was a kid, AC/DC were my favorite band, but there was no like YouTube, I never knew what they sounded like.
Yeah.
Every now and then on like a local radio station, you'd be like, this is Brian Johnson from AC/DC or something. But then the first time I heard Angus Young talk, I was like, this is the coolest guitar player on the planet. And he's like,
that's what he sounds
and
like?
that's what he sounds like for realsies.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. You didn't like it. It goes on a bit. It has a third verse and everything, so it's a bit lengthy. It was featured on the Maximum Overdrive soundtrack, which is actually where I heard this song first. Trying to find this album growing up wasn't easy. It wasn't, your Back in Black or your Highway to Hell, right? So when I was trying to collect them all, I didn't hear this record for years. There's no internet, YouTube, streaming services, nothing. I kind of miss those days. When everything wasn't just at your fingertips
it's just
constantly.
Instant.
Yeah, it made you appreciate it more when you finally did discover that album or movie or whatever, right?
Dude, I would walk like miles to Devonshire Mall.
Yeah.
To pick up a record.
Yeah, remember
in
when
the cold.
When
it was
it
raining.
Music World? Remember when Music World was there?
It was either Music
HMV?
World or HMV.
Yeah.
Because I would always go to HMV because I'm a Pumpkins fan. And
why did you say that proudly?
Because they're garbage now. But I like every time a new video would come out.
Yeah.
For like a new single. It would be a new single, obviously. So every time the Pumpkins would put out a single, there would be new songs on there. I
remember.
Like B-sides.
Yeah.
And I'd be there like right away.
I remember there were certain bands that were so good with that. DC, not so much. They were never good with. They would release singles, but the B-side would be like a live version of Whole Lotta Rosie or something. And it's like, no. I was looking
Pumpkins,
for...
man. It was always...
Billy's great for that.
Like, some of the songs that he has B-sides are like better than like, the ones he's got on his own record. But
oh, yes.
It's a good time.
No.
Yeah.
Center Mass 1 month ago on YouTube says, damn, I just threw my coffee table out the window.
Yeah, Irene Portfleet just called. He wants you to pose for him. Oh, come on. Beloved illustrator of gnomes? Jesus, read a coffee table book.
Do you watch Archer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Archer's so good. Roman Bellick 1 month ago says, this song makes me want to rob myself and then store all of my money in neighbor's house and call police to report robbery at my house and to make neighbors guilty too.
Hello? Airplanes? Yeah, it's blimps. You win. Bye.
Matthew Bryson 1 month ago says, I am hammered at 45-year-old listening to this awesome AC/DC music and going with 20-something women. Life is great.
Eat a buffet of dicks.
Mike Raglan 3 months ago says, Jesus is coming and he's pissed. Okay, are you ready for this next one? This is called First Blood. Yeah, I don't know how he sings like that. So, okay, did you dig into the lyrics for this one?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Is it about a girl losing her virginity?
First Blood.
Dude, I was afraid to look into it because he was like, some girls like it hot. And it's like, Brian.
I have for notes. I love the riff.
Okay.
Oh man, I love that. I'm like,
cool.
oh, they could.
I didn't clip that.
They could have,
Damn it, Carl.
done something with this song. But after that, it kind of goes downhill. So I have. It's a terrible song. The lyrics are laughable. They always are with AC/DC, whatever.
Well,
but
yeah.
But here's a lyric. Want some of that stuff? Because I like a hot touch. Right? You like a hot touch?
Spell AC/DC.
AC/DC.
You forgot the lightning bolt.
Yeah, I thought First Blood, and then some of the lyrics were like, is this about a girl losing her virginity? That's what I thought.
I
it was
hope
about.
not. Because that's really
some of the lyrics. Well, yeah. These were like grown-ass men.
Yeah.
All right, let's head to YouTube. We got Dan Riggs. Riggs. Hey, Riggs.
How'd you get too old for this shit?
Raj. 6 months ago, their best-sounding album.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
It's a stretch. It's wrong. I think a lot of it, like, this album would end up on a radar of, like, what's the biggest disappointments in rock?
Yeah.
And you would see things like Ultimate Sin or the Lennon album and stuff. This one would come up for AC/DC because of the sound of the record. A lot of people didn't like the sound of it.
No.
Brian's vocals in particular are just drenched and buried. So a lot of people didn't like
You're
that.
right. I mean... And I noticed that too. I mean, I'm not the hugest AC/DC fan, but you can tell the difference.
I'm usually right.
And plus, you're always right. So I'm just going to...
It's about time you know that. Justin Tucker, 1 month ago, says, does anyone know how to play that opening riff? I've tried learning it, though it sounds off. If anyone has tips, let me know, because Google doesn't.
See? People like the riff.
People like the riff. BD, 7 months ago, says, never noticed the occult symbolism on this album cover till just now. They hide it so well.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you like that?
I hadn't finished it. That was a fucking artistic pause. You fuckers, you've ruined it.
So I'm guessing because, like, the eye and everything? Is that what this guy's on about? The occult symbolism?
Who knows, man?
AC/DC, like, really? They just seem like guys who were just having a laugh, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems to me like all they write about is drinking and banging.
Oh, yeah. Like, you probably haven't heard the new one, Rock or Bust, which is a
No.
few years old now, but there's a song on there that it's like, going out with my friends, smoking cigarettes. And those are the lyrics. It was just like, what?
Oh, really?
The balls. And these guys are in their 60s now. So it's like, how do you sit there and write that lyric, bruh?
And why are you still smoking cigarettes?
And it's not like I need like, I don't need Bono's freaking lyrics or anything. But,
No.
I mean, sometimes AC/DC go way, it's bad. It's bad.
I'm going to have to listen to that.
Well,
for
here,
sure.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
The
I
new
recommend
stuff.
it.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, it's not good. So the next one, Brian is going to introduce for us.
I think it's marvelous. It's called Danger, and it's on a Fly Off the Wall album.
Did you like this one?
You are.
No.
I thought it licked ass, man.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it.
It's-
I don't know if it licked ass. Like, jeez, John. This was the first single from the album.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like a community service song.
Yeah, it fell flat live, so they banished it from their live set.
Well, I
Never
hope
to be
so.
heard from again.
But like,
I didn't care for it really.
No,
It's not.
I
It's
hated
not,
it.
it's not complete shit because
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I see what you're saying, but it's still like they're playing and Brian's singing. It's not complete shite, but
like
I'm with you.
I remember.
It's not good.
It just reminds me of one of those songs they play like Saturday morning cartoons, the old days.
Right.
Right. Like I'll never forget.
Don't talk to strangers.
Well, that and I'll never forget the one for marijuana. Okay. Like this is a good one.
Was that on Hanna-Barbera?
Maybe
Maybe
NBC or something. Who knows?
Right.
But it's in a school, and this kid comes up to the other kid. He goes, "Hey kid, you want some grass?" And
Grass?
he's like, grass? He's like, marijuana. The kid's like, huh? And he's like, what are you, chicken? So the kid goes, so the kid replies, man, it's just so funny. He's like, I'm not a chicken, you're a turkey.
Holy cow.
Is it the one where they make him dress in the little shorts and hats like the guy in AC/DC?
Yeah, why does he wear that outfit?
Because he rocks?
That's crazy.
And that was the end of the scene.
Joe Rubas 3 years ago says, I crank this as I roll by the elementary school in my panel van.
Well, I like AC/DC.
I like their Christian cover band, ADBC. Kindly deeds done for free. Kindly deeds
done for free.
Is he gay?
Oh, Angus. The Trusty Butter Knife, an 80s adventure, 4 years ago, says, anything can happen at any given moment is the motto in The Trusty Butter Knife, an 80s adventure.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh, Butters.
I have no idea. Antoine Guilleron, 3 years ago, says, if you told Malcolm this band would become this when he was 20, he would have punched you in the balls.
He probably would have.
The Universe is a Nice Place, 4 years ago, says, this song is better than all of Bond's songs combined 1,000,000 times.
Get out of here, you troll.
Right? It's got to be it's got to be what that is. There's no way that
It's going to get better and better. I can't see an end to it, you know. It's like infinity rock and roll, you know.
It's obviously a hard no. If this guy's got to be just kidding around, because there's no way he really believes that. Whole Lotta Rosie, Down Payment Blues, Gone Shooting, Love at First Feel, Dog Eat Dog. Come on, guy. Yeah, he's got to be. Oh, here we go. You ready for this one? This one's called Sink the Pink. This was the second single from the record. So 3 singles from side A, nothing from side B. Critics and fans alike criticized the production on the album, but their next 3 releases were pretty similar sounding. Who Made Who, Blow Up Your Video. Even the Razor's Edge has that like shiny polish to it, that sort of gated snare sound, which was apparent on the Ozzy album as well. It was just huge at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing it. Wasn't until Rick Rubin did the single Big Gun and then the Ballbreaker album in 1995 that they got back to dry and raw-sounding Roots records. And they haven't deviated from that since 95. I think that's why people, including the band, look back at the Flick of the Switch album fondly, because it has that dry, raw sound. I don't even know why. Those were my notes. I have no notes on this song.
I didn't like it at all. I got some lyrics for you, though.
Oh,
really
great.
Good. Give me water, give me wine. I'm going to show you a good time.
Yeah, you are.
Time to musk up.
Ralph Philigens on YouTube 3 months ago says, the dislikes are people with diaper rash on their face.
Ooh.
What in the hell's diversity?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Alfonso Markman 9 months ago says, director, how much 80s do you want this video to look like? AC/DC. Yes. Justin Hall 1 year ago says, I love tough girls. Tastes like chicken.
Ew.
Oh, now see, that wasn't a nice thing to say. That wasn't designed to make me feel good.
That was weird.
Yeah, next up is Playing with Girls. Yeah, so
I didn't dig that one. I like the riff.
I dug this track.
You liked
I
it?
thought it was probably my favorite on the album.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like
I liked
it.
I liked that.
I didn't like the way he was
that
singing.
groove.
I didn't like the way he was singing the chorus there. If that's what it was. Was that a chorus? Like
What I just played?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Playing with girls.
It's
Yeah.
just weird how we sound.
Playing with me, you're gonna get the lot. Like
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Hello, this is Angus Young. To his friends, to his enemies, Angus without the G.
It just sounded like they were having a good time on this one.
Oh, that's
sounded like they were not sober during this one. Okay, you don't like it? Let's move on. Zorbus 6 months ago says Brian is like spitting electricity from his mouth.
Oh.
No, sir, man. I don't like that crap. I'm a rocker, dude, through and through. Here's my favorite bands. AC/DC, Van Halen, not Van Hagar, Skinner, Def Leppard. All right.
Skinner, Def Leppard.
David Spade.
Yeah, from Joe Dirt.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Crazy Kelly WFO 10 months ago says, this is straight up stripper music.
Introducing rock and roll. I'm on a highway to hell. Highway to hell. I'm on the high. You are banished from our community at once, and take your whore daughter with you.
And finally, Jay Saras 8 months ago says, yeah, at the game that I was made to play. And girls, boys, or whatever it is, none get treated any differently. Gave me yours, and now it's time to play it with you. Best of luck and enjoy the hits in the game. It's a running game for you.
Eat a buffet of dicks.
Spitting truth.
Like, really? What are you even talking about, guy? What is the game?
Oh, he's talking.
Are you ready for stand-up?
I am. I'm ready to stand up.
Not a single from the album, but was included on that home video that they released. Nah.
You didn't like it? I like this one.
Oh,
this is so weird. This is so weird. Like everything. I don't know.
Yeah, everything you like, I don't. Everything I like, you don't.
It's so weird.
That is weird.
We're just complete opposites, man.
We are complete opposites. I guess they attract.
Shazwan. No.
You liked it. I didn't. That's all I got for it, though.
I just like.
Did you watch any of these videos?
No.
You should have.
Really?
They're so bad. So bad, dude. Like, they're bad.
Like, I just didn't want the visual.
Yeah, so I have, like, they released a DVD called Family Jewels. And in the DVD special features, there's, like, interviews with Angus and Malcolm. God rest him. Bless him. They're talking about these fly-on-the-wall videos, and Malcolm is, like, super embarrassed. And he's like, it sounded like a good idea on paper. But what
really?
ended up, like, it's bad.
Really?
Yeah. You're not going to watch them now because we're almost done this episode. You're
Well, I might.
You're not going to continue to listen to AC/DC.
I might take a gander.
You might take a gander.
I think it was him.
Like, Angus. Oh gosh. Let's go to YouTube. Wanna? That was a really loud motorcycle that just drove by.
It was.
Did you hear that shiz? Marcello Di Lorenzo 2 months ago says D minor. Marcus Petrushko 4 years ago says no homo, guys. No homo.
Eat a buffet of dicks.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Stand up. I don't know.
Peter Paul Wiseman 1 year ago says, why the fuck I need to stand up when I work 24/7? I don't have office job.
I had to stop and get my own breakfast because I figured y'all would be having donuts, but I'm actually gluten-free, so I can't have donuts. Okay.
I love that drop. I've used it 11 times already. People are going to be pissed. All right, so the next song up is called Hell or High Water. Or High Water. I wasn't mad at this.
I love this song.
Hey, we got one.
I
Fist
like
bump
this one
from
a
6
lot,
feet
yeah.
away.
No, I like this song a lot.
Okay, cool. I thought it had some energy to it.
Yeah.
Some nice guitar work from the Young Brothers. Although the same can be said for almost every AC/DC
Some actual
record.
hooks.
Some actual hooks. Got Simon's drums in the beginning. Like there's a lot of production, compression. Like there's a lot of stuff on that snare. If you were in the room, I guarantee that snare drum did not sound like that. But cool, we agreed on one. Hello, High Water. Let's go to YouTube. Owen Jones 1 month ago says, this is a great song to just sing and let off some steam. I listen to it and do the first yell at the beginning, and it seems to get rid of my problems for a while. Also, tapping to the drums of this song is so satisfying, especially when you get them exactly right. Such a good song.
I mean, we're all pretty ugly.
Now, how much? Like, I could have played the Aussie game. Like, what is Angus saying? In between his. Mike, imagine those two doing a podcast together.
Drunk?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to with Angus Young and Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy, how are you, mate?
That'd be the greatest podcast.
Sharon.
Mike Packy 6 months ago says, has anyone else thought this thing? Semicolon.
Oh.
At 1970s, AC/DC made Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be and Highway to Hell. At 1980s, Hell's Bells and this, Hell or High Water. But there was no Hell song at 90s, 2000s, and 2010s.
Oh. Is this where we're supposed to, like, ponder?
I guess.
Shazwa.
I don't know what else to play. Jay Srirachi, 8 months ago, says, nothing more, nothing less. And if need be, there's more. Back in business. Fine.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a gapper, right? It's fine. There's nothing like empirically bad about it.
No.
But it's like a solid kind of little AC/DC thing that they probably tracked because they needed another song, but never played it live, never did anything with it, probably, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like they still don't do anything from this album.
No.
They don't really do anything from anything in the 80s. They don't do anything from Blow Up Your Video. They very rarely do anything from they don't do Who Made Who. They really don't do anything from a lot of the 80s stuff.
I found Back in Business on the Urban Dictionary, actually.
Lay it on me, sister.
Was off your game for a minute, but now you're back, ready to fuck shit up.
What?
You're walking like a badass, slip on a banana peel. It's embarrassing, but you get up and wipe your face, continue your strut. You back in business.
Oh my God, who cares?
What? Did you check all of the song titles?
I did.
This is great.
But there's only a couple that had them. I
Okay.
believe that's the last one that actually had something.
Okay. Send for the Man is the next one. Doesn't have it?
I don't think it did, no.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go to a YouTube for Back in Business. Big Boost Laser.
Ooh. Booster.
6 months ago. Album came out in 1985, by the way. If they stay to this style of music on their new album, they'll do good. This is AC/DC.
Danger Zone.
I couldn't really argue with that. I haven't heard the new stuff yet, but
Well, what do you think it sounds like? Matthew Bryson, 4 months ago, says, had this cranked in Stratford, Ontario, in my Jeep, then saw cop lights behind me, had a few before, not good day. However, great track.
Damn.
Tara White, 8 months ago, says, have you believed the gospel? The gospel is that Jesus died on the cross for your sins, was buried, and rose again the third day.
Ooh.
Okay. Like, why? What are you doing? I think this is the platform for that. Back in Business from AC/DC's 1985 album, Fly on the Wall. This is where I'm going to preach. Dick cheese. Yes. All right. We made it. Dude, we're at the end.
We are. One
Send
song to
for
go.
the Man is our final track. Let's do it.
I think I need another there.
Yeah, it's a decent ending to a decent album.
Yeah.
You know, it's the riff. I don't mind that. Down about out.
I like the lyrics,
Go,
though,
go.
man.
You like the lyrics? Lay them on me, sister.
Well, they're bad, but
are you sure?
You make a black sheep a ram. This ain't a gun in my pocket. I got the goods in my hand.
Big whoop. I'm spooning a Barrett 50 cal. I could kill a building.
You like that? Heavy breathing ensues.
Oh, John.
I know a lot of people would like me to.
Oh, Ozzy. I mean, Angus.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's it. So the 80s weren't terrible to the band.
No.
I mean, they certainly didn't follow any trends fashion-wise like Ozzy did with the glitter and the teased hair and shit.
That
like,
was so
Sharon
bad.
dressed him up in some ridiculous stuff, so...
Can you imagine Ozzy, though? Are you fucking serious, Sharon?
Do you think he really cared? Everybody was doing it. Like your
Yeah, I
White Snakes
guess.
and everybody looked like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, 85 AC/DC, 86, 87, 88, it's all jeans and
Yeah.
t-shirts, man. They never, except for Angus doing his schoolboy outfit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But final YouTube Illuminated Skeletons.
Ooh, nice.
7 months ago. I'm not an American, but this song is badass.
Well, he does know.
I mean, we're all pretty ugly. so you see us.
I think he says we're all pretty ugly.
We're all pretty ugly?
I think that's what he's
Yeah?
saying there, yeah. Oh, and Livewire 9 months ago says, this ain't a gun in my pocket. So you should reach out to him. You guys could be friends. You guys could be pals. JD Blatz has our final YouTube comment of this episode.
It better be good.
7 months ago, he says, last song on the album, I cried like when an AC/DC concert is over. So this concludes AC/DC's Fly on the Wall. It really wasn't like the worst thing, and it was an excuse for me to just talk about AC/DC.
Well, yeah, like, I mean...
Because I'm an asshole.
Like, I mean, we... like, when we did those other ones, like John Lennon and Elton John, those
Yeah.
were hard to
Yeah.
get through. This wasn't hard, man. Like, last night, I did a final listen, because I'll normally listen to the album about 3 or 4 times before I make a decision on it. But, I mean, I was out last night at, like...
cigarette dangling, boxers on.
No, I was actually driving.
Oh, you were out?
Windows down. It was, like, almost midnight last
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
I went for a ride.
Cranking First Blood.
Yeah. And, I mean, I
It's fine, right?
It's good.
AC/DC
It
is
wasn't
just,
bad at all.
No, AC/DC is always solid. You could really close your eyes,
Yeah.
and pick anything in their discography, and
Definitely.
you'll probably have a good time. They
Yeah.
don't deviate from their sound, which sometimes people criticize them for,
Or their lyrics.
or their lyrics. So these mid to late '80s records are the closest they came to following any kind of trend, like sonically
Yeah.
speaking. I've always been a fan of like dry, raw records.
Mhm.
To me, that's just my taste. They age better.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the 70s, all those records sound amazing. Still, whether it's Zeppelin records or Sabbath records or whatever.
Mhm.
And then the 80s, they don't age so well.
No.
And in the 90s, we got back to that 70s sound. So
Yeah.
when you put on a Smashing Pumpkins record, or you put on an STP record,
Yeah.
or a Pearl Jam record, like they still sound great today.
Mhm.
And none of the 80s stuff so much. So the material in the 70s with Bon has aged better than a lot of the albums with
Mhm.
Brian. And that has a lot to do with the respective decades they're made in.
Yeah.
Like if Bon was around in 1985, who knows what an AC/DC record would have sounded like with Bon? You know, who knows? We'll never know. After the Razor's Edge, and ironically, once they got Phil Rudd back on the drums, that dry sound and that swing came back, and that's what they've stuck with since then.
Yeah.
That was definitely one thing. Like, it's not impugning Simon Wright, the drummer's ability. He's obviously a very talented drummer, but the album doesn't swing like an AC/DC album is supposed to swing. There's just a feel
Yeah.
that an AC/DC record has, and the this one, Who Made Who, and Blow Up Your Video, and even the Razor's Edge just don't have that swing. Chris Slade is a great drummer who played on the Razor's Edge. His drumming on that record is so stock, and it sounds like it could have been a pad.
Yeah.
Like there are like 0 drum fills on that record. It's so there's 0 personality in his drumming on that record. Probably produced that way, or AC/DC made him play that way.
Mhm.
I don't know. Brian Johnson has said that every time they employ a producer, he's honestly just another set of ears, because Angus and Malcolm know what they want.
Oh, yeah.
And they get what they want. He's an expensive pair of ears, but honestly, I would say this is the turd.
Yeah.
I agree. This is probably their worst album.
And it's not. And I mean, it's not.
And it's not complete.
horrible.
It's not complete trash. And for this season so far, it's probably the least worst album that we've reviewed.
Definitely.
You know, the Eminem record sounds good sonically, but I didn't like a lot
No.
of it. You know, and that Lennon record was was so tough to get through, and the Elton John record, man, that's a chore, dude.
I try to forget those two.
Oh man, so for points for me, so there's 10 songs on the album. I give it like a 5.
I give it a 6.
Yeah, I give it a halfway because I don't think the album is complete shit.
No.
I think if I were to review the album back in 1985, I probably would give it like a 5 out of 10, which isn't great, right?
No.
When you give like For Those About to Rock, We Salute You a 9 or a 10, or Back in Black a 9 to 10, Highway to Hell, Power Age, like the Bon Scott era does not have a turd. All those early records are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Maybe their worst one is their first one because they were still trying to find their feet, High Voltage or those TNT, the Australian release albums. But okay, 5, 6. Okay, recommendations for AC/DC, and then what are you currently listening to?
I am currently listening to it's an album called Deliverance by Corrosion of Conformity.
Oh, does Burt Reynolds make an appearance? Right, that's Deliverance. It's Burt Reynolds, right?
Maybe.
Isn't it Sans mustache, Burt Reynolds?
Could
in
be.
Deliverance?
It could be.
It's so bad. I'm a huge movie buff, and I've never seen Deliverance.
I haven't seen it either.
You've never seen it?
No.
Well, we're gonna have to do that because I found on Blu-ray for $4. Where the hell was I? I don't know. But Brazil. Have you ever seen it? It's a Terry Gilliam film.
I did see it, but I have no recollection.
It's
of it.
Banana Balls. It's really kind of unique and weird. Well, all Gilliam films are, right? Like he did 12 Monkeys and stuff with Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, and everything. So they're always a bit off, his movies. But it's so fascinating, bizarre, and weird and awesome. Like Jonathan Pryce is in it. Robert De Niro is in it. Ian Holm, who just passed away, he's in it too. But it's just a crazy, crazy cool movie. But I've never seen it, and maybe a lot of film critics would be like, "How have you never seen Brazil? I've never seen Deliverance. You're a movie guy. You've never seen Deliverance? I never have. I never have seen Deliverance. Is that like? Because I get it confused with The Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
I think that's Walken, right? Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, right?
Like Deliverance.
And Deliverance is like what? John Voight, Burt Reynolds, I think, right?
Like what's is it about like after the Vietnam War or something like that? Or
I don't know why I think they're going like whitewater rafting or some shit.
Huh.
Why do I think that that's what that movie's about?
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
Now
sure.
you've piqued my interest.
Recommendations for AC/DC. So not this album. I wouldn't point them if your son, if Grayson's never heard DC, you're not pointing them to Fly on the Wall. What do you want to expose them to?
Back in Black.
Probably Back in Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bond stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I do like Bond stuff better.
No way.
Yeah. And it's nothing to do with Brian's thing because Back in Black would obviously go on to be this big success and he had some big shoes to fill and everything. But every time I listen to Let There Be Rock or Power Ridge or like Highway to Hell, like, come on, like nothing is better than Bond's records to me. I would point them to the direction of Bon Scott. Power Age, if you want to know anything about AC/DC, listen to Power Age. Listen to Highway to Hell. Let There Be Rock. Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. Like, come on. I don't know. With AC/DC, you're not wrong. Like, honestly, you could point anywhere.
Yeah.
Because anything's pretty decent except for this. I would say don't start with Fly on the Wall because you won't want to continue. But anything after For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, or Flick of the Switch, I would say don't start there. Like even the newer ones are good. Like I liked Black Ice and I liked Stiff Upper Lip, Ball Breaker. Those are all great, but they're not their best work. It's them still keeping it together and putting out just solid rock records. But with Bon, they were hungry. The ideas were fresh. There was an energy to it because they were still finding their way.
Yeah.
And Bon's lyrics are just way better than Brian's. He could do that sexual innuendo so well. The thing is, I think with Bon, when he would have sexual innuendo lyrics or double entendres, he was experiencing things with women and writing about it.
Yeah.
Whereas with Brian, I feel like he had to kind of come up with these lyrics because of the path that was paved by Bon already.
Yeah.
So he had to like, I guess I kind of have to stick to this right here, but not as memorable, not as funny. You know, Bon Scott was, I think, a lyrical genius, but he also had something like, have you ever heard Ride On?
Oh yeah.
It's this great ballad, right? And he had a deeper side to him. And I think that's something that Brian maybe never got a chance to explore because They were definitely like a blues boogie rock band with Bon, and they became like almost harder edge, like rock metal, like early metal and stuff with Brian. And I think it has a lot to do with his vocal style, that gravelly screamo thing. And Bon was a singer, like a blues singer.
Yeah.
You know, the vibrato and everything. But Down Payment Blues, Gone Shooting Riff Raff, anything off of Power Age, that's probably my favorite AC/DC record. And it's a Bon album. So
cool.
Yeah. What I'm currently listening to, you know what's funny? It just happened like last night because I was going through Rockstar to clip the Mark Wahlberg stuff. And at the end of that movie, do you remember they do?
That tune is awesome.
They do the Verve Pipe song.
Yeah.
Colorful.
That's a good
song. And so I started listening to old Verve Pipe stuff, and I'm like, dude, I was in high school. Remember Freshman?
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You don't remember the
I
Freshman?
remember them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mind the Verve Pipe at all. I forgot how many great songs they had. I put on like their greatest hits or something, and it was like Photograph and the Freshman and Colorful. I'm like, wow. These guys
they
are
were
great.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, they aged well as 90s, right? So it doesn't have that 80s sound. Ironically, from like a...
Oh, you mean it wasn't really Mark Wahlberg singing that song
movie.
at the end?
I know.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, that's from a guy... I can't pronounce his name. It's like Mikhail something. He's from a band called Steel Dragon, who are like an 80s hair metal band. But the guy's older now, and he still sounds like they still can sing that song. We All Die Young.
Oh,
that
yeah.
big
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Oh. So plugs. This was season 3, man. We did it.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff planned that's going to be coming up. So you can go to our check-thecredits.com where we have links to all of our Spotify and our Podbean, iTunes, all the places, Apple Pod, anywhere that you enjoy your podcasts. But we're going to be releasing these episodes, and then we're going to be putting out an album. John and I write a lot of songs together, too. John is a great lyricist, and we're going to be putting out a record. Like an actual, like, serious record.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, so keep an eye on all of our Twitter, Instagrams, Facebooks, and stuff for that in the upcoming months. We're going to be putting out an official album.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I had fun.
I did too.
Thanks for joining me on season 3, and I'm looking forward to season 4. I've already got some ideas for some of the albums and some of the artists, but we also discussed off the air about doing like a themed season where we would tackle the 90s. Yeah. What are some of the worst albums that came out in the 90s? What are some of the worst that came out in the 80s or whatever? So it's an interesting idea to maybe just tackle a themed thing. So
hells yeah.
Yeah. So with that in mind, if you guys have like any suggestions of albums that you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a pile, you have to review it, then we will do that.
We will do it for you.
Because we love you. So God bless you.
A Check the Credits podcast, a program I can only assume you've enjoyed on a radio receiver that would have been at your disposal. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And I have no idea what any of that means because I'm a broadcaster guy from the 1920s. Thank you, and good night.